Yo, Keith. Oh my god, Backrooms time. Backrooms back and Mandela, let's go! I'm reading a book for English so I cannot hear or see stream. Have a great stream. Bye bye. Okay. Oh, bye, Ollie. Hear you clearly say, who are you really? Where are you going? I probably should have put some content warnings in the title. I'm sure people can figure it out. I believe in them. I'll tell people before we start. Sup, I'm super busy. Bye, Lurk. I mean, I appreciate it, to be fair. I saw a really good Magnus Archives animatic today that I simply can't show you, Cakebird. And I'm so sorry because it has spoilers up until season 5. But it is to a song I've never heard before. And I just, oh my god, the song is so good. No, it's just really funny too. Yep. Cakebird, they're gonna be able to hear you now.
Oh.
Oh, can I see it? I mean, I can send it to you, yeah, Keith. For sure. I'll put it in the thread in the Discord and just like say that it has spoilers. Because like, oh my god, is the song perfect. The animatic, beautiful. Keith has said hello.
Hello. I'm playing Celeste.
Don't worry, Cakebird. When you're done the Magnus Archives, we're just gonna have so many things that we can watch. It's gonna be wonderful.
God.
Specifically,
So
a really funny Vine compilation. There's like an animated Vine compilation. It's so good. I'm with you. Tell me all your secrets. Let it out. Don't know what these voices are trapped in my head. I keep trying to put them to bed. Oh, the song though. The song that the animatic is gonna be after this song. It's called Spiders and Violence, which is exciting. But it's the song after this song. That was a wonderful way to die, Cakebird. Cakebird is playing Celeste, and I am watching Cakebird play Celeste.
It's just such a good game. Oh, actually, I should try doing. No, that's chapter. What the F? Quick restart F. Wait. Heh.
Alright, here's the song. Here it is. Yeah, the song is very Magnus. It's so good, dude. The animatic is so good. Just the, like, especially the "What are you afraid of?" Like, oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Yo. Hello! Hello, hello, hello. So not Cane Pixel, and not, um, Async Research, I think is the other one. It's Async Employee that released a new, video today, 4 hours ago. So that's what we're gonna watch. And then, we have a few options afterwards. So we can watch, Mandela Catalogue, and we'd probably have to watch the whole thing because Cakebird hasn't watched any of it. Which I wouldn't mind doing because it has been a long time since I've watched the whole thing, and the fourth volume just came out, so it might be nice to watch the whole thing to like kind of remember what's going on. But if not, there's also a video by Nexpo that got released in October. It's like the disturbing truth of like AI art. It's not about the weird like the art thing that's happening right now with AI at all because it was made in August or in October. Um, but I thought it would be kind of cool to watch anyway. Or and there's also Cicada 3301, which is like probably like one of the first like big internet mysteries that happened. Definitely, if it came out now, would be considered an ARG. But at the time, people just thought it was real, just straight up thought it was real, because there was just no precedence to it before. But we'll definitely do the Backrooms video first. So, let me pause the music. Turn that off there. Let me go share it into the Discord. It's Backrooms time, Cakebird.
It is Backrooms time.
It's Backrooms time. So this is one of the YouTube channels that Altair finishes stream tonight. Everything releases 4 videos, 4 hours of Backrooms. I wouldn't even be surprised. I would not be surprised if I get notifications tomorrow that just like Kane Pixels released like 2 videos and like the other Backrooms released another video and then there's like this one and like a game theory. I would not be surprised. I would cry. Real tears. This is one of the ones that's inspired by Kane Pixels Backrooms, and it is an employee that's going around, so it's not like that stupid kid. It's like, I think it's a different one. But that's okay.
Effing Marvin.
It's not Marvin, it's not Marvin. Effing Marvin.
We hate Marvin.
We do hate Marvin. Okay. There's simply no closed captions, so I just assume there's gonna be no voice. It's async. Oh wait, it is the kid! It's a different kid, though. It's the effing kid, the kid that keeps going back in the back rooms like an idiot.
Oh my god,
but I think it's a different kid. Oh my god. He's about to vent.
Oh my god.
Now hold on a second. I don't think they're hearing the video. Hold on. They hear you, but not the video. That's so cool. Hold on. That's okay. I will just change the properties. There we go. Now they can hear it. Alright, sorry, we'll do that again. Just like not hearing the video. There we go.
The following broadcast is a continuation of the tape recorded by Logan E. The viewing of this tape outside the Async Research and Development Facility is strictly prohibited.
I hope it's not too loud now. I'm in a weird mood today. Okay. I was about to say sorry, Keith, but then weird doesn't necessarily mean bad. Alright, you're presented with these choices, Cakebird. You're presented with weird door that goes straight to the right. Angled, like, hallway. Placed right in front of you, or the hole. It's loud? Oh, I can turn it down a little bit more.
I would choose option 4, leave.
Which way is that?
Leave. Leave the interaction. Sit down and cry.
Because I think I would choose the weird angled hallway. I'm not gonna lie. He chose the hole. Of course he did. He has found artwork in the back rooms. This is probably not good for him. Option escape key. Yup. Real. I think it's a little bit too quiet now. I'll just turn off. There we go. That should be good. Pause menu. Quit the desktop. Alt 4 or Alt F4. Oh, there's another hole in the ground. I bet he's gonna go in it.
He would get in.
This is not even like a. This is like a hole. There's like rebarb in there. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no, dude, don't go down there. You will hurt yourself. Okay, good. He didn't. Good god. That's like asking to be shredded up by like wire. Oh.
Hello?
Beyonce said hello.
Hello?
Hello? Did you see that?
Hello? Is anybody there?
Like, it is he, to be fair, but he like turned around and was like, hello?
Hello?
Like, shut up, dude. You are not safe. Why would you turn around again? You saw something! I'd be booking it. He like, not only did he like see something, he heard it too.
Must have been in wind.
Logan, you're stupid. Press it, Logan. You know you want to.
Yes, green room.
Yes. I am so very scared as to what he is going to encounter. Logan, don't do anything dumb. Run. Start running immediately. Oh, a red room.
That's where the cult here lives. Logan found it.
Yeah, for real.
I thought we were hidden so well. Oh, it's okay. He's got it.
Okay, so he's definitely white, because he's going towards the noise like an idiot.
Oh, what the fuck?
What the F? What the F? It's coming out of the vent!
It's an imposter!
Oh god. Because you are the final person of the horror game story, how you defending it. Yep. It's just a sound guy dropping the drums. Yeah, real. Why are you not... Just go! Pick one! Dude, that thing is coming for you, and you're running like you're a character in a horror game. Which is not very fast. Mm-hmm.
Shit! Don't be...
Don't lose to the video game, Cakebird. Oh. Are you gonna vent?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, it's the meme!
Wait, what's the meme?
When people make Backrooms videos, and they, like, it'll be like something, whatever, and then, like, they'll drop it, and it'll go, and then it will just be like...
Okay.
Oh.
Here, what? Like,
Oh.
look what happens.
I tripped!
I tripped, yeah, that one!
I tripped!
Wow! It's not Marvin, his name's Logan. Oh my god, it's the I tripped meme.
It's the I tripped guy.
But this came out 4 hours ago. How did that
Monka.
happen?
Monka. Oh, what the fuck? Oh. I just wasn't aware we were playing The Lava is Rising. It was Celeste, but The Lava is Rising.
Oh. I love how people in the backrooms can't point their camera at any point where their hand is gonna show. Oh?
We've entered F1.
Fire exit.
Yeah, I'm sure that's real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they will definitely go to the exit.
I like how in the back room, man's got a zoom.
He has a camera.
He's gonna get that footage.
Please, 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 work, please, please.
I don't believe in you.
Nor do I.
The door is locked.
Damn it.
This is so much funnier with the guy, like, speaking. By the way, I don't know what level this is, like, backrooms wise. So...
Take the fire extinguisher.
yeah, that'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Man's just like, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm sure this door will work. I mean, it definitely walks like a Skyrim NPC. Real.
Bro.
Bro?
This guy.
Yeah, like this guy. Oh?
He. I've seen he. He knows there's he.
Oh, it did. Alright, guys, what gender are you?
We're trying to escape he, but you can't decide on a gender.
Please, please.
Oh shoot, the door locked. Oh, you're dead, dude. You are so effing dead. No way.
What? Plot armor. Actually.
Oh my god, there's
it's
lines.
The lines. It's the lines.
Yo, this guy might escape.
You might walk back in.
And then you'll walk back in, the same some guy. Oh, there's a sign.
What?
What does that sign say, my dude? Because I can't read it either.
Nor can I.
Oh, okay, he's getting closer to it.
If you are seeing this, you are safe. Follow the tape.
Now, okay, now, we know that guy, that this is the truth, right? Like, we know this is the truth, like, that this is the async company trying to, like, help this guy. But if I was in the back rooms and I saw that sign, I'd be like, no, actually, I don't think so. I don't believe you. Everything has been trying to kill me so far.
Oh, okay.
Dude, why don't you run along this line, actually, instead of walking at, like, this leisurely pace?
What if they hear you? But to be fair, he's just, like, speaking.
I don't know why you wouldn't just run. Because it's like, if you are, like, you are... Why are you stopping?
Like,
Are those people?
See, I would not trust that those are people.
Hello? Can you please help me? Please.
Don't worry, if you're safe with us. Will you follow the tape?
Yeah, I saw it wrong. What is this place?
There really isn't a good explanation. We need to get the kid out as soon as possible. How long have you been here?
Almost 2 days, I think.
Yeah, we're quite cloud about this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to standard with the kid. You stay here and continue with the...
If I...
Alright, grab a ladder on the way back.
Yeah, see, if I...
Yeah?
Spell these guys.
Look,
Okay, they're talking, hold on.
Okay, Logan. We're going to a safe room.
How far is it?
Not far. About 3.5 miles away.
What about the thing?
What thing?
What about the thing? What thing? That's how it ends? That's how it ends?
know.
What about the thing? What thing? What do you mean? How have you been here this long?
Is this the latest video?
This is an async employee video, so it's not Kane Pixel. It's inspired by the same world.
Mm-hmm.
But it came out 4 hours ago, yeah.
Oh.
But like No, but okay, so like I'm thinking from this kid's perspective. This kid sees these guys in hazmat suits, and then at the point when you realize, oh, okay, shoot, these are actually humans, I would be terrified. I'm not in a hazmat suit. Why are they in hazmat suits? Also, hi, Liam.
Hello.
Okay, we have a choice now. Our choice is we can watch the Mandela Catalogue, and it'll be Cakebird's first time watching it. So we would have to watch the whole thing, which wouldn't be bad, because Mandela Catalogue is sick. Or we watch something else. Cakebird, do you want to watch the Mandela Catalogue today?
Next time?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I have 2 other videos then. I have
What?
a Nexpo video that's called The Disturbing Art of AI. It's not about what's going on right now with AI art. It's from like, this is from October. I think this is like, it's just like someone just did some funky things with art AI. I haven't watched this video. I actually don't know what it's about. And then after that, we could watch Cicada. I think this is the original video that I watched of Cicada, but also the fact that it came out 4 years ago makes me think that it might not be, because I feel like I watched that a lot longer ago, but maybe not. I don't know. But we're gonna watch this one first. Does this one have captions? Oh my god, it does. This is wonderful. Cake is distracted. Cake is playing a video game. You know?
I've made progress.
I am very proud of you.
I just want to get good at video game.
I believe in you. Oh my god, I just like put my mouse over here and there was just like a really disgusting picture. Oh, okay, it's his faces, that's why. Okay, definitely, like, disturbing imagery, like, content warning. I don't think it's gonna get more bad than that. Because it's like, it's not real, it's just AI-generated pictures, so it's just unnerving. So here we go. That next vote is extremely loud. Oh my god, next vote.
Next vote.
Next vote is so loud, and you guys are so very quiet.
Oh my god.
There you go.
That's your mouse.
Okay, this is a picture. Okay, the picture is becoming distorted.
Dream angle.
This video contained imagery that some viewers might find disturbing. Thank you, Nexpo. Okay. Guys, I think I made a mistake here, actually.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And this does already look like a mistake for you.
Yeah, I am already not having a good time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate?
Uncanny faces freak me out so much. And Kate's getting worse.
This is literally like computers trying to make faces. It's gonna be super uncanny the whole way through.
It just keeps getting worse. Oh my god!
Oh my god, is that FNAF?
Oh my god.
I think we're done, actually. We're watching Cicada. See, like, in my head, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like the predicting, you know, like that art thing that, like, was predicting, like, the death of a bunch of people?
I mean, that could just be the intro.
Yeah, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
Look at these pictures. It just kept getting worse. It was awful. Anyways, we're watching Cicada now. So I don't remember if this is the original video that I watched about Cicada, but I do like the thumbnail of this video, which obviously you can't see because I've clicked on the video already, is extremely iconic. So I just have to assume that it is. So yeah, it's an internet mystery. If it came out today, people would have definitely clocked it right away as an ARG, but when this came out, that simply wasn't a thing, so here we go.
Just let me know.
On the 4th of January 2012, a user on 4chan posted this image to the site's infamous B or random board. The anonymous author, who went by the 4-digit pseudonym 3301, challenged users to uncover a message hidden within the image. Unbeknownst to those who stumbled across it, someone had just set in motion one of the most elaborate scavenger hunts the internet has ever seen.
Yeah, like that picture is extremely iconic. That's why I remember this thumbnail, but I'm
Within minutes of the image being posted, someone discovered that by opening the file using a text editor, an appended string of readable text could be found. The string contained a cipher that, once deciphered, formed a link to yet another image. At first, this appeared to be a dead end, but using an application known as OutGuess, users were able to extract hidden information embedded within the first image. The extracted information led...
This is already so extreme, like, because, like, people just didn't know to do these things. I have no idea how this ever even got discovered. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know why anyone tried. Like, because, like, now if you put something like that on the internet, people are like, there's groups that, like, scour the internet for stuff like this. But, like, you put this on 4chan and people are just like, okay. Oh my god, it's Billy Bumble.
Oh my god, Billy Bumble.
Oh my god, oh my god, thank you so much for the 9-month resub, Billy Bumble. Oh my god, oh my god. Billy Bumble, how is Pitch Perfect? Or how was Pitch Perfect? Did you finish it? Also, since it's a shorter video, I'm going to talk about it a lot more, I think. Because it's a shorter video. It's only 17 minutes long. We just finished. Yo, how was it? It was an experience. That's good. Was it a good experience? Hopefully? Anyways, it's like, okay, especially on 4chan, where people just simply don't give an F, I can't believe any of this even got found out. It was an experience? Okay, Billy Bumble.
Led to a subreddit, which in turn contained information about the book. The book, along with a code, could then be used to uncover a phone number that, when called, played this pre-recorded message.
Okay.
Very good. You have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original final .jpg image. 3301 is one of them. You will have to find the other 2. Multiply all 3 of these numbers together and add a .com on the end to find the next step. Good luck. Goodbye.
If I called that number and I got a message like that,
by the following day,
would lose my mind.
The initial image had been reposted all over the internet. A growing community of armchair detectives sought to unravel this elaborate puzzle, but no one was quite sure what to make of it. What was the puzzle for? Who was behind it? What happens when you reach the end? Some naturally...
Yeah, that was like the big thing, is people were like not even paying attention to the puzzle itself, because people were so like, why would anyone want to make a puzzle like this? Like, why would you do this? if there's nothing at the end. So the reason why this became so big was not even because, like, necessarily the puzzle was well done, because it was well done. But because, like, people were like, is, like, the government doing this? Are they, like, gonna kidnap people? Like, what's going on here?
Dismissed it as an elaborate joke, while others perceived its complexity as evidence against it being the work of a mere troll. Before long, rumors began to circulate that this could be the work of some secret society or intelligence agency, with the intent of recruiting individuals proficient in cryptography, steganography, and other related fields.
Yeah.
Of course, it was nothing but a rumor.
But
the two missing numbers mentioned in the
one.
recording proved to be the dimensions of the original image.
Oh,
After
God.
multiplying the width and height with 3301 and using the product as a web address, users were taken to a website. The website consisted of a countdown as well as an image of a cicada. When the countdown reached 0, the page was updated with a list of coordinates. The coordinates pointed to locations around the globe.
Oh yeah, this is where it got
locations
crazy.
in 5 different countries. It was now up to participants living near the specified coordinates to rise from their comfortable armchairs and venture outside.
Oh no, they
Those who believed Cicada to be the work of an
no.
organization
Big
now
scheme
felt
to
their
make everyone
beliefs
touch
had been
grass.
justified.
Oh,
In their
no.
opinion, only some international collective possessed the means and resources to create a scavenger hunt of this magnitude. This was not the work of your average troll. No, this had to be something else. At each location was a poster with a cicada symbol and a
Yeah,
QR
that was like
code.
the really like big crazy
And that
thing.
bike shelter over here. See, I got it right there. Oh. You can see the corner.
This is like I stole it, lol.
The codes linked to an image.
To be fair,
the
I would've
image
stolen
contained
it
a
too.
riddle, the riddle led to a book,
Dude,
and the
imagine being
book
a
led
person
to a
with that.
website. But here, the puzzle
awesome.
took
That
an
would be- I
unexpected
would get
turn.
laminated and framed.
Only a select group of first arrivals to this website were accepted into the final stage of the puzzle. The site eventually closed down with a message, "We want the best, not the followers."
L?
The finalists were also warned not to collaborate with others nor to share the details of this private stage of the puzzle. Well, given that we know this, it's safe to say that not everyone heeded that warning. But those who did presumably advanced through the final stages before reaching the very end of the puzzle. After nearly a month of silence, an image appeared on the subreddit.
Ultralight, sticky fingers ARGist. What?
What?
If I was part of a world like wide scavenger hunt and I found one of the clues, that's coming home with me.
True.
Like, L to everyone else, it's mine now. Like, I found it first. I don't care.
Announcing the conclusion of the puzzle, and just like that, the hunt was over. Cicada had supposedly found the highly intelligent individuals they were looking for, and whatever happened to them is a bit of a mystery, but more on that in a moment.
Rip.
The complete lack of an explanation was perceived by many as confirmation that the puzzle had been nothing but a wild goose chase intent on wasting everyone's time.
I mean, it was
After
quite
all,
fun while it
questions
lasted.
raised by the original image remained unanswered. What was the puzzle for? Who was behind it? What happens when you reach the end? However, as it later turned out, this was only the beginning.
Oh yeah, I forgot that that there was like a bunch of different.
Whomever was behind this intricate game had the foresight to include an authentication code known as a PGP signature along with every clue. This allowed users to verify that an image or message was actually from Cicada, as opposed to some imposter seeking to derail or hijack the puzzle. Cicada had repeatedly warned of such false paths and insisted that any message lacking a valid PGP signature should promptly be disregarded. That's why this image, posted exactly a year and a day after the first, provoked such a frenzy. After a year of lackluster imitations, this image finally matched the official PGP signature. Cicada was back, and it was time for round 2. The second puzzle was not too dissimilar from the first. The image enclosed a message, the message led to a book, the book produced a link, and gradually the puzzle unfolded. At one point, a recording titled "The Instar Emergence" was uncovered.
There's like, there's an hour-long versions of this on YouTube. Like, where you can just listen to the song like over and over again. Because while I was trying to find this video, I was finding that the hour-long versions are like, what the heck is this?
Another clue led to a cryptic Twitter account, which then led to an image. The image proved vital to the progression of the puzzle, but the inclusion of this runic alphabet would remain a mystery for quite some time. Much like the first puzzle, the second swelled into the physical world when a list of coordinates compelled participants to once again take to the streets in search of enigmatic posters. This time it was 8 locations in 4 different countries. But eventually the trail went cold once again. Another select group of first arrivals had been accepted into a final, private stage of the puzzle. Unlike the first puzzle, the second did not conclude with an official message from Cicada. The trail merely went cold, and Cicada vanished once more, leaving us no closer to an explanation.
It actually would have been
However,
crazy
this was
if
still
like a
not the
thing.
end. At the beginning of 2014, it was time for round 3. Once again, the image enclosed a message, the message led to a book, the book produced a link, and suffice it to say, it was more of the same. Except this time, the puzzle seemed to revolve around a strange book. The book was titled Liber Primus, meaning first book.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a Lightner, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be real here. If I got a book that's called First Book, I'm burning it, actually. Immediately.
In Latin, and was evidently written by Cicada. The runic alphabet uncovered in 2013 finally made sense, as the book was primarily written in runes. Even so, the meaning of the translated pages were cryptic at best. The book consisted of various philosophical and ideological ideas and appeared to be their manifesto. Many have since compared the strange writings to that of a cult. Nevertheless, the book also comprised a myriad of clues and codes. For example, this page advised participants to seek out a website on the deep web, but the site remains undiscovered. Another page led to a website containing yet another recording titled Interconnectedness.
Why do I know this song? I'm changing my name to Lightner? Why?
However, a significant portion of the book has yet to be translated. The runic text on some of the pages appear to be obfuscated by layers of encryption that has yet to be decrypted. Of the 74 pages featuring runes, only 19 have been successfully translated.
Understandable, I understand.
As 2015 came and went without the launch of a new puzzle, many came to suspect the Liber Primus had to be completed if Cicada was to return. This was more or less confirmed at the beginning of 2016, when Cicada encouraged a re-examination of the book. More than 4 years have now gone by, with minimal progress and near complete silence from Cicada.
Like, now it's been
Questions raised by the original image have gone ignored. What is the purpose of these puzzles? Who's behind them? What happens when you reach the end? When the initial image appeared on 4chan back in 2012, many assumed Cicada 3301 to be an alternate reality game designed by a corporation to promote a new service or product. For example, Microsoft developed an elaborate ARG back in 2001 to promote the film Artificial Intelligence, and a similar viral marketing campaign was used to promote the release of Halo 2. But the release of subsequent...
Guys, did you know the Magnus Protocol is gonna make it a full-length ARG?
Yes.
I'm very excited for this. Like, now, to be fair, the one that they did for, the Magnus 2 was extremely easy. Like, it was, like, very, very easy, but it was meant to be. So I'm kind of, like, worried as to what they would do if they, like, had, like,
puzzles, and the
the time
complete
and money
lack
that
of
they do.
commercialization has more or less eliminated that possibility. If we choose to believe some of the leaked information from the private end stage of each puzzle, then we do gain some insight into who this group might be. For example, at the
That's a
end
lot
of the
of text on
first
the screen.
puzzle, finalists supposedly received
sure is
this
text on a
email.
screen.
It's great because the beginning of the text is "Do not share this information." That's the best part, I think. This is confidential, meant for your eyes only. Has been seen in a YouTube video with 29 million views.
Someone liked it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think someone
In
got kicked out
it,
of the
Cicada
secret club,
described
actually.
themselves as an international group who believe that privacy is an inalienable right. The aim of each puzzle is to recruit like-minded individuals in an effort to develop privacy-conscious solutions. The email then concludes with 3 questions. The PGP signature,
You really
which would have
just
confirmed the authenticity
isolated
of the email,
all of the
was
snoops and we're
conveniently
like, let's
removed
make
by
things
the leaker.
private.
If a version with a valid signature does exist online,
Okay, but like, what a genius plan. They're like, okay guys, let's get all the hackers that can make it so that things are not private. And we'll get them to agree that things should be private. Genius.
I mean, like, there's a lot of hackers that agree with this, but
It's true.
this is not how you find them.
I don't think the goal was to find hackers. I think it was just simply to find intelligent people. But, like, there's a difference between knowing that if you brighten up an image, it could have something in it, and, like, being, like, computer savvy. You know? I'm a very good example of that. Like, I can solve an ARG. Can I code? No. I can look at a picture and know that, like, there is, like, code in a picture and, like, find what that means. But I wouldn't be able to, like, make that. I don't know.
I wasn't able to find it. But regardless of its legitimacy, I find this question a bit odd. It reads, do you believe that information should be free? Assuming the expected answer is yes, then the very first sentence, do not share this information, seems a bit hypocritical. While the idea of a secret society recruiting individuals by means of elaborate cryptographic puzzles may seem a bit absurd or even conspiratorial, it's not entirely unfounded. Corporations and governments alike have employed similar recruitment techniques since at least the Second World War. In 2013, the British intelligence agency GCHQ launched a recruitment program known as Can You Find It? Participants had to decrypt a number of cryptograms hidden across the internet, and those who managed to solve the entire puzzle were offered a prize or a position at the agency. Google did something similar with enigmatic billboards back in 2004, and the US Navy launched a near-identical project in 2014. Okay, but then what about the recruits? Why have we not heard from these chosen few? Well, we have. It's just that separating a legitimate finalist from an imposter is virtually impossible. In a 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, 2 alleged...
I wonder how many YouTube videos now are made nowadays where the person has to make sure they don't say the word imposter or Among Us. Or movies in that case as well. Like they scan through the movie script and if it says Among Us, then they have to be like, no, you can't have that in the movie. You simply had to think something else. Backroom, Bunny, I'm sorry you missed it!
But like, it would get so memed, and that's like... And then
it would be good for them, but I feel like they don't want to be memed. Because they're boomers.
I feel like they're too unaware of its existence. Or too dismissive to consider it a valid option.
I think it'd be quite funny. Funny, we watched a guy named... sort of an L, I don't know. He went into the Backrooms, he saw the entity, he found people, and he was like, hey guys, it would be super cool if I could get out of here. And they're like, you know what? That would be also cool, because you don't have a hazmat suit, and you've been here for 2 days, so we should get you out of here. And then they're walking, and the kid is like, hey, so like, what are the things that are in here? And then the guy who works for Async is like, what things? And then the video cuts. And I'm like, these guys are dead. These guys are dead. Sobbing, how dare you? Okay, Bunny, to be fair, it wasn't Kane Pixel. It was Async Research Employee. It was like the third one that we found. It's not even like the guy who keeps going back into the back rooms. It's just another channel. You didn't miss much is what I'm trying to say. And then Bunny, I was like, I'm gonna watch this video about AI artist or an AI art thing. And then
God,
realize
Bunny.
it's
AirPog.
AirPog?
AirPog.
AirPog?
Yeah.
And then I realize it's just basically distorting faces. And I simply can't handle that. Which is actually quite funny, because that's what the Mandela Catalogue is about, to be real. I am simply unfollowing Bunny, no! Why would you do this? I'm so sorry. Bunny, no, please. I am canceling you on Twitter. Please do, it'd be funny. Oh, AI
Come on now,
artists or
Bunny.
anything.
Cancel them on
it's not-
Tumblr.
So true.
It's not what you think I'm talking about, because this video got released in October. It's not about that AI program that everyone's complaining about because it steals art from real people. It's like, it's more like along this the lines of like what was that called? It was called like Dream something, like Dreamscape or something like that, where it's actually just it's just images pasted on top of each other. But basically, this AI for that video specifically is like, it's just distorting faces. It's just distorting faces. And I didn't realize that that's what it was about. And it just got worse. AI art sucks in general. See, I've been seeing a lot of things like that, and I actually, in general, I disagree. Because the ones that people are complaining about are the ones that literally are taking art from artists. There's specifically, 2 or 3 of them. That, what they do is to teach the AI how to do art, is they take art from artists that have very distinct styles, and then the art that it produces is, really realistic, rather than, there was an app that, it was called something Dream, where, what it would do is it would paste images on top of each other, and then it would just, put a watercolor filter on it or something, and that's what it did, and it never looked anything like anything real. It just kind of vaguely looked like stuff. No, I think it's pretty, to be honest, when it's, 100% AI generated, not stolen art. Yeah. So, I understand what you're talking about, because that is a problem. There is, 2 or 3 art things where, you can put your face into it, and not only is it, letting them copyright your face, which is really weird, but, it looks like your face on the other end, which is, it looks like your actual real face cartooned.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Someone made this thing so that instead of having to take, a picture for your, dating profile, you just give them a random-ass picture of yourself, and they just put you in different environments and different outfits.
Oh my god. Just, AI coming after my job? Yeah, no, true.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, you're
Hello.
boy.
Oh my god, Ninja, we're talking about AI art.
Ooh, AI art. This is something I do a lot. What's up?
Uh-oh.
What are you talking about?
We're finishing this in a second. Okay, so basically, so there's 2 types of AI art that we're discussing. One is the one where you, basically put in a bunch of words, and it just kind of, puts a bunch of images on top of each other, and it kind of, vaguely looks like something, but most of the time it doesn't look like anything at all. And then the other one where, you put something in there, you put a word, and it makes it, it actually looks like the word. Or you put in your face, and it looks like your face, but cartoon eyes, or look like it's an oil painting, or looks like it's a watercolor art, or whatever. One of those is bad, and the other one's okay. And I think you can probably guess which one is not great.
It depends on the context of use.
It does. Obviously, if you, for instance, you are trying to draw something and you just can't find the reference photo, like, that's a way I feel like you could use it. Oh my
For
god,
me,
it's squid. Tried to make a milkshake with no milk. How'd that go, Billy?
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Oh, Billy.
That's me hitting you? What the heck? What have I done to deserve
For me, I
being
find it
bonked?
works best for D&D stuff.
Oh, D&D too. Yeah.
Because there's simply some art that just, like, doesn't exist that your brain can come up with, and it's very good for making stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, all in a non-commercial sense.
Yeah. Like, as long as you're not selling it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, as long as you're not selling
a lot
it,
of
I
people
think
are,
it's
like,
a good tool to use.
Yeah, the people that are getting mad right now are, there's, like, a couple AI learning systems that are taking, like, people's real art and then using that style, like, to the point where, like, it will, like, have, like, the watermark still on them. Like, you know?
Yeah, there are some AI systems like that. There are also, the one I use is called, Midjourney, and it does more of the, like, it draws it based off styles, but it's very unique in the way it does things most of the time.
Yeah. I would look into it, though, because it has become, like, a huge thing. That's not the... That's... Anyways, this isn't the video we're watching at all, but... Women and men faces different challenges when it comes to health. For sleep, it is no different. A recent study from Duke University found that sleep deprivation has a greater impact on the health of women, while men are more likely to be impacted by sleep deprivation. Women appear to suffer more consequences. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Kale Online, hello! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you! We're reading a fun fact about sleep. Hello, hello!
Hello.
Hello, 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 hello! Oh my god, oh my god. Did we write it? Did we write it? Yes! Excellent! Nice! I did it, guys, I did it. Go file Kale Online. Hello! What were you doing? We were watching Backrooms. We're going to watch Mandela Catalogue, but then we decided that it's a little bit too long. So we're watching the Cicada mystery that happened in, like, 2012. But we're also talking about AI art. That's why we're on Facecam right now. Hello. Hello. If you guys have never seen me before, I am primarily a knitting streamer, which I know is a little bit odd, but also I like talking about spooky topics like this. This is why we're talking about this.
And if you like spooky topics, you'll also like culture coins. So you can join a Discord for 10 free of them. 10 free culture coins. If you join a Discord, _Discord, 10 free culture coins. 10 free culture coins.
Thank you, Cakebird. That's so cool for you.
I should make a redemption that's just called spooky.
Ooh, art! Yo, art! Art things! Okay, hold on. I have to read the rest of the bunny fact. While men are more likely to be impacted by several more consequences, women who suffer from sleep deprivation are at a higher risk of cardiovascular and diabetes than their male counterparts, according to the research. They speculate that the differences in naturally occurring hormone levels in men and... Ooh, that's interesting. That's actually quite interesting. Okay, we're going back to this. So we're watching the Cicada mystery. It was one of, like, the first ARGs that ever happened. ARGs meaning alternate reality game. To the point where, like, the majority of the people who saw this thought, like, their first thought was, this is a government conspiracy, rather than this is some guy on the internet doing a puzzle game. We're near the end, as you can see. It's not spooky. It's this video presents it as spooky, but it's really not spooky, you know? Like, it's just that kind of video style. Like, it's literally just puzzles. Oh, I know this one is so interesting. It is! This starts cutely. I am the imposter. I think I'm gonna try to find a longer video of Cicada right after this, so if you guys are interested in watching it, like, I'm gonna try to find a longer video, because I feel like there's a Nexpo video on this. And if there is, we're gonna watch a Nexpo video, because this video is shorter, obviously.
Winners of the first puzzle chronicled the events beyond the final stage. After receiving an email from Cicada, they were taken to a forum on the dark web. Here they could communicate with 20-some-odd recruits, as well as a handful of established members of Cicada. They were told that Cicada 3301 had been founded by a group of friends who shared common ideals about security, privacy, and censorship. The goal was to work as a collective to develop software applications in line with that ideology. As friends recruited friends, this secret society
Wow, they
quickly
really just needed
expanded
Discord,
into a
eh?
decentralized international
I think
organization.
it's a little
The
before
recruits were
Discord.
then tasked with developing software that fit the
I don't know, when did
ideology of the
Discord
group,
start? 'Cause
and
this
members of
ended in
Cicada would
2016.
oversee their progress. But without the allure of a puzzle to be solved, the recruits quickly lost interest. By the end of 2012, all but one had left, and a few months later, the site was gone. They never heard from Cicada again.
That's so funny. They were like, you guys are not entertaining us anymore with
One of the two
puzzles?
winners, named Marcus Wanner, later
So I don't wanna
elaborated
be here
further
anymore,
in a
actually.
video by YouTuber Nox Populi. Furthermore, Nox
I
Populi
find it funny
himself
that
claims to be a
sections of
winner
the internet
the
already
second
exist
puzzle,
like this.
so I reached out to him, and this is some of what he had to say. After completing the final stages of the second puzzle, Nox Populi received an invitation to join Cicada 3301. However, he was not invited to a website, but was instead merely told to be patient. Then, around May of 2013, all communication with Cicada abruptly ceased. This was around the same time as when the website dedicated to the winners of the first puzzle was suddenly taken down. Nox Populi later contacted other winners of the second puzzle to compare notes, and their experiences were identical. In his own words, all the stories were the same. We were invited to join 3301, then something happened, and silence followed a request for patience. Nox Populi supposed that roughly 5 others completed the second puzzle, in contrast to the 20-odd winners of the first. In regards to who or what Cicada is, Nox Populi believes they could be a remnant of the cypherpunk movement of the late 80s and 90s.
Oh my god.
Essentially a small group of activists advocating widespread
Cypherpunk are like the same group of people who who like invented cryptocurrency. Fun fact.
use of strong cryptography and privacy-enhancing technologies, but he
like,
admits that there is no way to know
like,
for
I'm in the
certain.
cypherpunk.
If you want a far more
the
comprehensive
made, like,
walkthrough of these puzzles as opposed to my brief overview, Nox Populi has produced a number of videos on his channel which I highly recommend.
Oh my god.
While these accounts cannot be verified, they do make for a very compelling argument as to what Cicada is.
Guys, look at the
A group of
smartphones
anonymous
versus the
developers
stock footage.
seeking to develop privacy-conscious applications by recruiting talented individuals via cryptographic puzzles. Sure, it is not nearly as exciting as a shadow government seeking world domination or any of the more fantastical theories, but it is certainly more plausible. You have to keep in mind that no part of these puzzles would have required more than one person. The posters are often pointed to as evidence that this must be the work of some international organization, but I beg to differ. I mean, right now, I could use any number of services to hire random persons around the globe to install posters for me. Although, given that no poster was located more than an hour away from an airport leads me to believe that one or multiple persons actually traveled to these locations.
Could you imagine?
I mean, some of the posters were found within walking distance of an international airport. The fact is that anyone with a disposable income and enough time on their hands would be able to create the illusion of a vast, secret network spanning the globe. Not saying that that is the case with Cicada 3301, but it is nonetheless a possibility that cannot be discounted. With all of that being said, I personally think a loose-knit group of privacy-minded hobby cryptographers to be the most plausible explanation. Cicada made their last public statement in April of 2017, merely warning against disinformation, but the current status of the third puzzle and the possibility of a fourth remains clouded in mystery.
Okay, so it's been obviously a few years since 2017. So let's do a fun little experiment where we go look if there's like other ones, you know? I kind of want to know. Cuz I watched that video when it when it came out. Like I don't know if I did, but I feel like it probably was put in my recommended around the time that it came out. And I'm wondering if there's one from 7 months ago. And it's just called Cicada 3301, The Internet's Weirdest Mystery. It is an hour long. I'm gonna lurk, I have to finish an essay. Rip. Oh no. Okay, I'll have fun. Good luck. I wish you all the best. Guys, don't you love it when Infographics has a video on Cicada? I love that. Oh, they can't hear me.
Huh?
Hello, welcome back.
No, they just muted.
No, but you were talking and
I wasn't.
Oh. Well, okay, well you're usually there's some like a fan noise on yours. I can hear it and it stopped.
Hmm.
Trust me, I know when my Discord breaks. My Discord just simply breaks sometimes. 5 years ago, 3 years ago. No, that's huh. Hold on. We're gonna put on some funky filters where I put this year and then see if anything comes up. New clues to solve. This is a 5-minute video. Hey up, hello Hoopster, how are you doing? There's someone who streamed on YouTube. Cicada 3301, the old solvers return, new theories for cold trails. And it's Captain Frost, Cicada 3301. So I'm assuming it says the old solvers return. So I'm assuming this is like some of the people who like were solving it when it was first coming out or won the solve. That's crazy. That would be crazy. The true story of Cicada 3301 and Bitcoin exposed 2022. This was a live stream that happened 2 months ago. Oh my god, what? Found on the dark web yesterday. Cicada 3301 or what? 3 months ago. On a channel called Cicada 3301. What the F? What the F? Oh my god, there is an 1.5 hour long video that's just the internet mystery iceberg explained. Watch later. I want to see how many I know. There's a wait, there was a movie of this? I'm doing good, just got introduced to Magic the Gathering. Oh, Hoopster.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
My condolences.
I'm so sorry. Hoopster,
Hoopster, was nice
why
knowing
do you do that to yourself? Like, you were going down the exact same path that I did, where you first start with League of Legends, and then Magic the Gathering. You're just simply never going to escape.
First League, then Magic? You okay?
Wait, this has the same thumbnail, but it was made 12 days ago. That's stupid. I hate that. Hold on. Can I look at what the oldest one is? Can I filter that? Can I do that? Upload date. But like, the opposite. View count. Whatever. Whatever. So we can't watch Disturbing Art of AI because I will have a breakdown. Because I didn't realize it was gonna be just simply creepy faces. And I can't handle that. Creepy faces are it's just simply not it. I can't do it. Are you winning?
I don't know yet.
Okay. I believe in you.
It was alright.
Okay. What do we want to watch now? We could watch the beginning part of the Mandela Catalogue. This beginning part, maybe. By the way, League is a side game that I do just for the fun of it because people be dumb. Yeah, that's what they all say. Hoopster. Hoopster, that's what they all say. You're just lying to yourself.
Oh my god, is that the Cake Bird channel?
Oh my god, Cake Bird! Okay, you guys actually want to see a really cool channel. This channel is like super dope. So this channel is called Canadiana, and
Cool.
it's really cool actually. It's not creepy at all. It's like sometimes they tell ghost stories, but it's like it's not creepy at all, really. And it's about Canadian history, you know, and it just has the coolest graphics.
Oh?
Oh my god, we're watching this one. Victoria's Forbidden City. Guys, I've been there.
Oh my god.
Guys, I get bubble tea there.
Oh my god, I've been there. I got bubble tea there.
Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, we're gonna watch this actually.
I don't have the dick jelly.
So Victoria's, okay, so like it's actually really cool. It's like a bunch of Canadian history and everything like that. But it has like the coolest graphics considering that they're a pretty low budget YouTube channel. Yeah, that's basically it. You guys will see what I made in a second. So this is about, like, Victoria's Chinatown. Wait, where's the bubble tea? Chinatown. In Victoria. This is near where I live, by the way. I'm not doxing myself. Please.
This is Victoria's Chinatown, the second oldest Chinatown anywhere in North America.
It's the oldest Chinatown in Canada.
160 years of Chinese immigration to
I've
Canada
been to all of these
started
places.
right here, before BC was even a province. And this is the neighborhood's crown jewel.
I was so pissed when this video came out because I was like, I wasn't there. They were there and I wasn't there.
The gate of harmonious interest.
The gate.
This beautiful arch was built in the 1980s
I've been there.
to welcome visitors, a tradition that goes back to the origins of the neighborhood. It was meant to signify a forward-looking Chinatown. The messages inscribed on it promoted a future of integration and harmony within a new wave of Canadian multiculturalism. That sentiment is in stark contrast to the history of Chinatown. For a long time,
That
this
white
place
truck,
was
that white truck that's there, simply never moves. That white truck is always there. If you guys go travel to Victoria and you go here, that white truck is gonna be there. I swear to God.
considered to be a forbidden city, a segregated maze.
Okay, I need to go back to doing my homework because it's due at midnight. Uh-oh. It's still there? I know!
Courtyards filled with drugs, brothels, and
The
gambling.
graphics here. It's just...
Through arches like these that will step into the past to uncover the origins of Chinatown and to discover how a neighborhood filled with promise eventually became the target of Canada's very first war on drugs.
It's real.
This is Canadiana.
Canadiana. There's like a bunch of underground passageways around there that you can't like access, obviously, for obvious reasons, but they exist and they're there.
In 1788, Irish Captain John Mears landed at Nootka Sound on the west coast of Vancouver Island. He was the first European to establish a settlement in what's now British Columbia. But he wasn't alone. With him were 50 hired Chinese craftsmen. The very first European fort in the Pacific Northwest was built by those Chinese workers. And Nootka Sound was just the beginning. Chinese migrants would continue to colonize the West alongside European settlers. Thanks.
How is it so empty? Did they like close off the street? Because I have never seen that place
Probably
not...
COVID.
No.
No, I don't think this was filmed during
No,
COVID.
this was before.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah, like, I guess they closed off the street or something, because, like, that place is never that empty. Like, unless you go there, like, at
For
night.
one thing, gold.
Oh my god, there was gold?
1848. Gold rush begins in California.
I swear, I've watched this
It
video
doesn't
before, but
take
it was
long
literally
for
when
the
it
news
came
to
out 4
spread
years ago,
across
so
the
I just
Pacific.
don't remember anything.
Tens of thousands
Gold.
of Chinese
Hello, Dark
migrants
Dungeon, how you
sail to San Francisco.
Dark Dungeon. Dark Dungeon. It's about a place I've
The
been.
mine for riches. They're greeted with racism. Persevere.
They're greeted with
A decade later,
Racism.
California has been stripped bare.
I'm sorry.
Word gets
That
out.
shouldn't be funny.
There's
It's a little
more
bit funny,
gold up north in the Fraser River Valley. People from all over the world
You're right.
make
I'm
a
glad, I'm
mad
glad.
dash for British Columbia. Their destination, Victoria.
Victoria.
Gateway to the mainland.
You really have to say
Overnight,
that name like it's like a.
transformed from a trading post to just 300 people.
Ooh, that like
Boomtown.
little building there in the middle. You can see where it was. Dang it, Victoria. Like that building obviously doesn't exist anymore. This building right here. There's like a rebuild of it somewhere, but like where it was, there's like this brick formation on the ground of like where it was, and then there's like these bricks that go around the city and shows you where Fort Victoria is. It's kind of cool.
A third of the newcomers are Chinese. This time, they're here to stay.
I'm trying to figure where the. This is where the bubble tea. No, is this mirrored? No, this is where the bubble tea place is, right there. In case anyone wanted to know.
Many more are on the way. Thousands of Chinese tradespeople, merchants, and laborers.
They're making this place seem a lot bigger than it is. It's literally one street. So like you're not gonna miss it. Just so you guys know.
Will help turn the trading post at Victoria into the economic engine.
Yeah, they
of
must have
British
closed off
Columbia
this place
for
because
years
there's no
to
way
come.
he'd be walking down the middle of the street.
Soon, messages were
Yeah,
being sent
these
home.
graphics, like this is cool. Like it's not hard, but it's cool. You know, so he's like walking along the little pier here. This is that's a hotel.
These are the boats all pier cleans.
So true.
It's simply not true. I clean boats like this. Not even. You don't clean those boats. In case anyone Keith wanted to know, lol. It's literally called the Bubble Tea Place.
You can get hot Tinder girls there.
Now, see, that sounds like a joke, but it's not. There's a drink called Tinder Girl.
To China, but what they were calling Gumshan, or Gold Mountain. And before long,
Gold
ships
Mountain?
arrived in
I'm
James
sorry, what
Bay,
did Cake
carrying
say?
even more.
Okay, so, at the Bubble Tea Place, all of the drinks are called very inappropriate things. Like Tinder Girl.
More people from southern China.
Or sex with a horny old man.
Yes.
Some were fleeing the Second Opium War, or rebellions, or famine, or even just a
Like
general
this
lack
is
of
a
opportunity.
cool, it's a cool
This
graphic,
place,
anyways.
and BC in general, is gaining a reputation as a promised land. Suddenly, nearly half the population of Victoria was Chinese. Most of them stuck together in one area of town, where a cluster of wooden shacks quickly evolved into a district filled with stores, theaters, temples, and schools. Canada's first Chinatown was born. Soon,
I think that
companies
school's
sprang
still
up
up.
selling
This is
goods
like the
from
original
across
school.
the
It's
ocean,
still like there.
like rice, sugar, tea. This block, at the corner of Government and Pandora, became a row of storefronts. And business
That are like still
good.
there.
So good, in fact, that one of them, the Kwong Lee Company, became the second largest business in Victoria,
Yeah.
and eventually opened stores all over the.
And like this street right here, so like this is a, like right here, there's a crosswalk. This is a crosswalk. And if you go down this road, is the entrance to Fantan Alley.
Mainland.
I don't live
competing
there.
with the Hudson's Bay Company. The Kwong Lee Company's
do.
manager
No,
was
you
Lee
don't.
Tong, an English-speaking Chinese man who was among the first to come to Victoria from San Francisco. His wife was actually the first Chinese woman in history to come to Canada.
Oh wow.
Lee
That's
and his fellow
kinda cool.
Chinatown businessmen became de facto community leaders. When they heard representatives...
Yeah, there it is. So it's like, so this is what he was showing. This is the road. You go down this road, Fantan Alley is there. Now, when I say, if you keep walking down the road and you're not looking to your right for the entrance of Pantella, you will simply walk by it because the entrance is like very narrow and it's not obvious unless you're like looking for it.
The Crown were coming to town. They wanted to send a message, so they put up the money for a Pai Fang. It was common for dignitaries on tours of the country to be greeted by European-style arches. The Pai Fangs were part of a Chinese tradition. They marked districts and welcomed visitors. In a show of goodwill, they anglicized some of the banners with lines like "God Save the Queen" and English laws most liberal. It was a display of cultural fusion, and that was part of the point. From then on, every time a governor general came to Victoria, the community built arches all over Chinatown. And embedded within the decorations was a symbolic statement. Chinatown was a distinct community, but it was loyal to Canada as long as its residents were treated fairly. The problem was, they weren't.
Yeah, I was about to say, they really weren't.
In 1871, BC joined the Confederation, and that gave the BC government the power to pummel the people of the province with a wave of bigoted legislation. And the fact that Chinese Canadians had booming businesses while being forced to work harder for less made it...
I would love to be these people on the walkways right here that are trying to have lunch. This is the government building, by the way. So Victoria is the capital of British Columbia, which means that the Parliament...
That's where I live.
Like, huh?
That's
no,
where
it's
I live.
Not. That means that the government building is like in Victoria.
Wait, which one of those is your room?
Okay, so if you look at the very top, like
Uh-huh.
the top row of like the front area, it's the one on to the left on like the little column there.
Oh, okay, okay. That looks a little small.
Yeah, it's a little cramped. That's why I need so many lights for my plants.
That makes sense.
Yeah, real. That is where I live, though. But like,
That's
okay,
the
so like,
cute
that's like a removal thing. So that's like right beside it. So like on this side is like the Empress, which is a hotel, which is like when like the royal family
The Empress
comes over.
is sinking.
What?
It's sinking.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be a multi-billion-dollar problem soon enough.
I mean, okay, it used to be covered in vines. The Empress used to be covered in. It's a hotel. It's not like a monarch, you know? It's a hotel. It used to be covered in vines.
For some reason, no one's helping the Empress, and they just keep sinking. And it's been like that for a while. I don't know who's feeding them, but, you know, they're there.
No, it's just like how you said, oh my god, you're so very loud. Okay, never mind, I fixed it, it's all good. Destroy the monarchy. Anyways, anytime that the royal family comes and stays, that's where they stay. They stay in that hotel.
It's illegal for Chinese Canadians to work as lawyers, doctors, teachers, accountants, pharmacists. Their voting rights were revoked in both federal and provincial elections.
That's so cool for
Chinese
Canada.
immigrants were banned from being employed in public works all the way until 1958. The governments of British Columbia and Canada had made their intentions abundantly clear. And then something surprising happened. Suddenly, Sir John A. Macdonald and the federal government seemed to change their tune entirely. They went from trying to suppress the Chinese Canadian community to calling for thousands more Chinese workers to come to Canada. Ships started pulling into port, filled with new arrivals.
I don't know politics.
It seemed
those are not our politics, I can tell you that. Those are American politics. We don't have those. Like, oh my god. He's about to start talking about, like, the worst thing ever, actually. He was just like, it sounded like a positive until I realized what he was talking about. Uh-oh. Like, oh my god. He was just like, guys, they changed their tune and they, like, hired a bunch of Chinese workers, and then it shows, like, the railway, and I was like, uh-oh. See, I think this is quite interesting, because I feel like if you're not Canadian, you don't know a lot of Canadian history, which is fair. Like, I don't know a lot of history from other countries, I only know, like, the big things. It's fair. But, like, he's about to start. Anyways.
As if Canada was back to being a land of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
This time, Chinese immigrants were welcomed with employment in a gigantic nation-building project. They were being hired to build a railway.
Yeah, they were.
to the Rockies. Everything was about to get even worse.
It did. Uh-oh.
The horrific.
I have been through that railway, on that railroad, on a train, through the Rockies. I can confirm it's still there, because I've been on it.
How does it feel to ride on something that so many people died for?
Lost. It was finally over in 1885.
To be fair, there's a lot of things I feel like we go by that a lot of people have died for.
By the Chinese.
Yes.
The Canadian government
Yes.
owed them big time. But in Parliament, John A. MacDonald
It's not good.
is now calling to slow the Chinese immigration he had encouraged. As far as he was concerned,
I want to
they'd
ride
done
that
their
train,
job.
Freedom.
And now there was a
Now I gotta say, it's not a good train ride. Like, going through the Rockies on the train is gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely stunning. But like, the train ride itself is not great because the people who do the passenger trains don't own the rail. The people who do the cargo do. So anytime a cargo train is coming through, they have to move to the side, but it's not like a car. You can't just move to the side. You have to go to a place where there's like off tracks. But let's say like we're going forward and there's a cargo train coming, and between us and that cargo train, the closer one is behind us, then our train has to go back. The packages have to be on time. So like, it took a while.
danger. The Chinese
People
would
died
take
for our
over
freedom. They
BC
have to.
and
Yeah, but
disrupt
this is different,
Eco.
Hoopster. This is very different. This is not people volunteering to go to war. This is people that were told that they were going to have fair jobs and wages, and then simply were just like, they were just like, lol, JK, you're going to go live in the Rockies for like years.
Yeah, you could be forced to work on a track, and then also like, so many of them died.
So many, and like. And it wasn't like good conditions. Like, obviously, you're working in the mountains. It's cold. It's freezing, even. And they weren't, like, given people. Like, given, like, things to, like, you know.
Area and character of the country, with Chinese immorality and eccentricities.
Oh, and then when they got back
Federal
home
government
after they finished
passed
it,
one of
they
the most
still weren't
racist,
given rights.
Exclusionary laws the country
Yeah.
It's like, that's so cool for them.
head tax on Chinese immigrants.
Guys, I just
We
wanted
also
hear
did
about
this to the
train.
Japanese population.
Yes.
5 years later, it was doubled, and in 1903,
Hey, hi,
it was
Bishop.
increased fivefold. The effect was devastating.
Bishop,
The country they worked so hard.
Bishop, you've been there.
Part of the country they died for had just slammed the door shut on their futures. Through it all,
Look, Bishop, you've been there. You've been there. Behind this guy, so like, behind is a very famous bridge.
Chinese Canadians remained resilient. And here, in Victoria's Chinatown, they were still building celebratory arches.
That store right behind him doesn't exist anymore.
to welcome
As in,
the
like,
Governors General.
there's a totally
With
different restaurant
royalty,
there.
I like that sign
Some of
that
the
just says
displays
store.
turned into hidden protests.
That's the name of the road.
Store.
Singles, you're down with the patriarchy? Now... Beer.
They made their anger against the government's policies known, but they were also
Oh, is
so
that the
filled
bridge
with messages
you
of
always talk
openness
about?
to a country they had.
If you guys... Okay, I know I keep pausing it, like, every time he says something, but, like, it's quite exciting knowing, like, basically more than this guy is saying. Not that... He probably knows more than I do, but more than he's saying. So, like, that story I told of Genetically Neon, where the two people are, like, looking at a bridge from, like, a hill, that hill is, like, over here in his picture, like, to, like, the right, and the bridge is behind him. Like, it's based off of that bridge. Like...
Long considered
You might
their
show
home.
it. I don't know. That's such a
But
bad
the damage
relation.
had been done. Something had
Okay,
changed
fair enough.
in Chinatown. The bands,
But I'll
the
train
head
you in
tax, the
revolutionary
recently
recruits.
unemployed railway
Aw.
workers. It was all leading to an epidemic that would throw the nation into a panic.
Uh-oh.
And the center of it all was right down here.
Oh, Fantan Alley. There he goes.
This is Fantan
Yeah.
Alley. This is the
Look at
place
how
that
small
gave
this
Victoria's
is.
Chinatown, its shady
Like, look at this. Like, I'm so serious. When you walk by this, you just don't know it's there. It's so very small. Oh my god, I've been there. Same. I walk down it very, snarkily so that tourists get out of my way so I can go get my bubble tea. That's actually true, because there's so many people taking pictures, and I'm just like,
oh my god.
It's like, I know that you want to take a picture,
Oh?
and I love that for you, but also, I want to get my bubble tea. Leave.
I was just reacting to people taking photos because it's so small.
It is quite small. It's so small. I've witnessed Snark here. Have you? It's incredibly enjoyable. Tourists, man. Tourists in a tourist city. It's awful.
Street, the narrowest street in North America.
Oh my god.
Today, it's filled with hipster art galleries.
Hipster art galleries. And it's just... that's a witch shop.
Galleries and boutique shops. But over a century ago, Fantan Alley was known for three things.
Booba.
Brothels, gambling dens.
You go, older sibling figure, you go, thank you.
This is where the nearly all-male population of Chinatown came to spend their free time.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of doors that you can't see. So there's a door here, there's a door right there, and then there's some doors right here, and a door, like, covered up by this. So, like, basically. Wait, where is this? It's in Victoria. Victoria, BC. It's the most famous alley in the world. And it's because, like, you can only go down this one alley. Sorry?
I live in that alley.
You simply don't.
Oh my god.
Oh,
How
my
many places
homestay
do you
house is
have?
close to there. Oh, ooh, that's exciting. So, basically the thing is that Victoria is, like, basically there's a bunch of tunnels underneath Victoria because, there was a lot of, like, opium trafficking and moonshine trafficking. So, like, they would use the tunnels underneath Victoria. And you can't go in them anymore, obviously, because they're dangerous. And also, there's a bunch of tunnels underneath Victoria. And so, but, like, there's a bunch of doors like this. You can walk around Victoria, and you can see a bunch of doors that look like no one goes in them. And it's because no one does, and it's because their entrance is the tunnels. Victoria is 90% farm and 10% murder. That's not wrong. Victoria is actually the most haunted place in Canada.
Both sides of the alley were boarded up.
Yeah, there we go.
Guards stood looking through peepholes. You needed permission to enter this section of the Forbidden City. The shadowy dealings.
Tunnel time, boys.
through
You can go
regular
in the
police
tunnels
raids.
during
A
ghost
lookout would spot
walks.
them coming and send out
Miss
a
Victoria,
warning.
Bunny, come
Everyone
back.
on the street would drop what they were doing and flee.
Yeah, they would go through the
Opium
tunnels.
dens would clear, bars and brothels would vacate, gamblers would grab their money.
Shout
and
out to the
run.
camera guy who had to do
They'd
this.
escape through back doors and passages into hidden courtyards and alleyways, leaving an empty street.
Yeah.
The police would arrive, finding only the evidence of the crime left behind. Coins, beads, and small buttons
Camera guy is so
from an
valid for
ancient
this.
Chinese
Real.
game with similarities to roulette.
Please adopt me, old tier, so I can
namesake of
return.
the alley.
I don't think I
You
can
see,
adopt you.
gambling was illegal.
I can't hang out with you
Use
if you
and
do come,
manufacture
though.
of opium was fine. In fact, both the federal and provincial governments actively encouraged the refinement of opium.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Oh,
Because
he's
it
back in a
made them
minute?
a
Okay,
ton of money on licensing fees and taxes. After all,
That's so cool.
the British had forced the opium trade into
A
China
request to
from
adopt
India,
here?
then fought a couple of opium wars against
I
China
am legally
to keep it
old enough
going,
to adopt,
laying
but
the
I'm not
groundwork
going
for
to.
opium to be grown and then shipped across the ocean into a
It
British
would be
colony
funny.
turned
No.
country.
I would like
The
to walk
Corn Lee
around
Company,
there as a group
one of those
sometime.
businesses
It'd be
that had
fun.
been funding the ornate arches, had been on the receiving end of that supply chain since they first opened shop. They had an opium factory here in Fantan Alley for decades, and
That's so
theirs
cool.
was just one of more than a dozen in Victoria. Chinatown's merchants didn't just trade in tea and sugar.
Oh my god, there was drugs.
Victoria was actually the center of the opium trade in all of North America.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For years, the city had been the primary exporter of opium to the United States, going as far as to smuggle it in after the drug was made illegal there. The whole operation was a cash cow for everyone involved. But now
I know where that
there's a
track
big
is,
problem.
too.
and it would
Like, he
outweigh
is
the
not showing
government's
very
greed.
many indicators,
That
and I know
railroad
exactly
they
where
just
he
had
is.
the Chinese workers build was now fully operational. And the opium, which had mostly been harming communities in the West, now had a highway east, straight into the heart of Canada's population. Use and addiction exploded in the rest of Canada. And who took the blame? Chinese Canadians and their Chinatowns. In 1908, the Opium Act, Canada's first ever anti-drug law, came into being after the future Prime Minister,
Well, it's a port
young
town,
William
right?
Lyon Mackenzie
Like,
King, visited opium dealers and
basically any port town that was made like before a certain time definitely had moonshine and drug smuggling at it, because it's simply a port town. That's just kind of how it works. Like, and it's like Victoria's on an island. It's all port town. Like, it just makes sense. You know?
BC and was horrified. The number of white opium addicts was growing. Bantan Alley reacted by becoming even seedier. A black market had emerged. Chinatown was about to enter a long period of decay and truly be treated as a forbidden city.
Yeah-oh.
The city of Victoria, which had lost its economic power over the region to Vancouver, rejected Chinatown entirely.
We still have
They
the
decided
capital, though.
to project a new, genteel, and
Oh,
ultra
that's the Empress. It was right there.
entirely.
That's the Empress. It used to have vines, like, all up here, but it was, like, destroying the brickwork, so they had to tear it down. Always Ultra love you, and I get to have college tomorrow, and I'm planning to hibernate for, like, a month. Have an amazing rest of the stream. Bye, bunny! See you soon.
They decided to project a new, genteel, and ultra-British persona in order to attract what they saw as more favorable visitors.
That's so cool for
And the
British
crown
Columbia.
jewel was this,
Hey!
the Empress
The
Hotel.
Empress.
It was built by the Canadian Pacific Railway, the very same
looks so
Canadian
ugly without the
Pacific
vines, I'm
Railway
gonna be real.
that hundreds of Chinese Canadians had died working for. It was completed the same year the Opium Act was passed. The message was clear. Chinese Canadians were no longer welcome in the city they'd helped to build. One last time, an arch was built to celebrate the visit of a Governor General in 1912. But this time, the arch was placed outside Chinatown, here at Yates Street. It was bright and modern, and in gigantic letters, front and center, was the word welcome. But once again, that message was ignored. It wasn't long before the infamous Chinese Exclusion Act would ban Chinese immigration to Canada entirely for 24 years. The Chinese Canadian community never gave up, though, and they never left. They kept fighting for their rights, and eventually the racist laws were overturned. But for the next 70 years, not a single new arch was built in Chinatown. That is, until the Gate of Harmonious Interest in 1981, more than 100 years after the first arch was built.
It's just
through a
that one.
century filled with some of the most racist policies the Canadian government has ever enacted against its own citizens, the message has remained constant. This Chinatown is, and always has been, striving for harmony between cultures. Today, it's a thriving district. It's a national historic site and one of the most popular tourist attractions in Victoria. The Forbidden City is a thing of the past. But down the alleyways and the side streets, behind the
There's a time
storefronts
capsule
and in
in
the
that,
courtyards, is the memory of the Chinese immigrants who first came to this place, who persevered through everything the government threw at them to help build the Canadian West into what it is today.
I don't know when it's supposed to be dug up, though. Anyways, that's Canadiana. Canadiana makes cool videos. There's a video that they made about Quebec and, like, this, like, cannonball. And it was, like, I went to, like, I accidentally stumbled upon the cannonball when I went to Quebec, which was kind of funny. Anyways, that's Canadiana. I just thought that one was cool because it's, like, the one that's, like, near the place I live. And I don't think there's any other ones that are near the place I live. Guys, there's a video called The Rise of Piracy in Canada, and then the next video is called The Fall of Piracy in Canada, and I love that for them. There's one from, there's a Vancouver one. There is, how Donald Trump got his fortune. That's an interesting one. So it's like, uh-oh. So there's like, it's like about his like great-great-grandfather or something, like how he like made a bunch of money, and like in the video they're like, yeah, that Trump, and it's just whatever ones. I'm trying to see if there is another. It's the, if you guys want to know about the cannonball, it's the love triangle of Quebec, and it's just, there's a cannonball stuck in a tree and it's still there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A pretty cool metal globe around there, I remember that. There is, yeah, there is a metal globe. Yeah. A werewolf of Quebec. That's exciting. The Toronto forest that brought down Napoleon. That's so cool for this. Cannonball in a tree becomes canon lore. That's awful. I hate that for you, Hoopster, actually. Anyways, because I can't watch an AI video, and that was kind of like the plan I had, we're gonna go raid Billy Bumble. Because Billy Bumble is just so cool. You know? Yo, Billy, yo, Billy. I'm gonna go raid Billy Bumble. Thank you for joining for this very weird stream. There was, you know, people were asking if I was gonna do backroom streams again, and like there was just simply no context. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just watch a bunch of other videos and it'll be fine. Yeah. We're gonna watch Billy Bumble. I personally am probably going to join in the VC. I don't know if anyone else wants to, but I probably will. Yeah, and I don't, not gonna put a metal block in a tree on Watchers SMP as a reference. Do it, coward. I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow. I know that Wednesday I am going to be doing my last stream on the Countdown SMP. The SMP closes on Thursday, but Thursday is simply Steins Gate Day, so I'm not going to stream Countdown SMP. So my last day will be on the Wednesday, and I will go around and do whatever on the Wednesday. So I just don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Maybe art. Now that you guys have like an idea of where I'm like actually drawing, I'm also probably going to redo the coloring because I don't like how the coloring is. I have gotten a new idea for the coloring, so it's probably going to be like, I've done the line art. I'm gonna do different coloring. You have never before called me coward. Feels odd, man. Have I really not? I feel like I don't say it very often. That's kind of funny. Also, I will be doing Watchers SMP. I just have ideas, and they need planning, unfortunately. And I have so much stuff to do sometimes, but I'm ahead of myself this week because I've already finished editing the podcast episode for this week on a Monday. I know. Anyways, Billy Bumble time. Bye. Bye. All right, they're all gone. Do you